Hi and welcome, dear Cancer, to your weekly reading from the week of February 26th to March 3rd. This is a reading for all Cancer placements, and we look into a general energy in the first part of the reading. Second part of the reading, I will look into a relationship dynamic. This can be any relationship, doesn't have to be romantic, but of course we will be talking about romantic love as well. Let's see what we have here for you. Ooh, speaking of romantic love, the Two of Cups, dear Cancer, very beautiful. The Devil energy, that's interesting though. And the Hierophant. Wow, this is very intriguing. And we have an Ace of Swords. Well, let's see. This is an intriguing picture here. We have two major arcana. We have this very powerful Two of Cups love card, and we have the Ace of Swords. So this could be about clarity when it comes to connection, with other people. Of course, this can be romantic connections, love connections, but I think this is an indication that we really want to look at how we communicate clearly when it comes to love, when it comes to connection, when it comes to people surrounding us that are very close to us, how to stand in our truth and how to also bring the truth forward. We also have the Star here on the bottom of the deck, so it's a really beautiful energy. And how can we also come from a place of love, even though we might be drawn sometimes to certain dynamics that might be controlling us, or that we are controlling, or we might become a little bit too obsessive, or we might become a little bit too intense to implement something. That could be the Devil, but at the same time the Devil energy can be a very creative and procreative energy, so we don't have to see this just as something bad. It can be something that can really help us push through walls. In this combination, it will probably be a sense of contemplation about, how do I get what I want? How is it still connected to a place of love and not of willpower? And how do we how is the hierarchy between those? And what do I commit to? So do I commit to my will, or do I commit to love? Or can it be balanced? In the Crowley deck, it's a very specific thing, because Crowley is saying that this is this tarot deck, and he's saying the rule, more or less, that's his whole thing, is love under will. And the Devil would be will. So what do I want, and how do I get it? And love would be submissive to that will, which is kind of like the nature of love, to have a submissive sense of interacting. So we will bend to the will out of love sometimes, also bend to the will of others out of love sometimes, but in this case it's more about your own will, and how can we still stay connected to people without giving ourselves up also, but also without overpowering other people maybe. So this is tricky. Still, we have this Ace of Swords here, where we are standing in our truth, and we have this clear idea. I think we have a very clear idea, and we can maybe we can leave something behind with the Devil energy in the beginning of this reading, or what you're coming into, and move into a softer space, maybe in the beginning of the week, or in the beginning of this situation. We might be faced with these energies within ourselves that are very intense and want something to happen, like, you know, just very strongly want something to happen and want to maybe force something even. And allowing ourselves a little bit of a softer space here with the Love card, with the Two of Cups, it could lead to just the right energy of the Hierophant, that we are capable of committing deeply to what we believe in without having to push so hard. Beautiful. This is, yeah, now it's coming together for me also, this reading. And it seems like a situation might be coming together, and you might be getting more clarity about how can I achieve something, some sense of also spiritual groundedness and a belief in what I'm doing, a meaning of life. The High Priest, the Hierophant, is also creating meaning in your life and believing in what you're doing and believing in how you're doing it without pushing it too far, without getting too obsessed, without getting too intense, without getting too overpowering. And this can be in any area of your life that you really feel connected to. You know, it could also be the love you feel for a certain type of work or a project or a hobby or something that is really close and dear to you. But of course it can be about a relationship, a person, and with the Hierophant and with the Love card, it can very well be that. And the Devil card here can speak about also the sexual component of relationship. Like, where does it overpower maybe a connection, and where can we find more into this true emotional connection that is actually much more sustainable in the long run? And how can we commit to that, to holding that up high? Which doesn't mean that the sexual component is not there, but how can we keep it in check, you know? So how can we not have it overpower our connections? And how can we make that distinction and have that clarity? Very beautiful. Seems like you're coming into your space also, in very connected to yourself and to where you are at this time with the Star card. So let's see how that continues with relationships. I love this. This is very beautiful. It's very also honest and not denying anything, because it gets really, I mean, the Devil gets really dangerous at that point where we deny him or deny his existence. That's where he starts thriving and that's where it's becoming really problematic. So we need to look at him and we need to address him and we need to know that he's there, and we need to learn how to navigate those energies within us, this beast within us also. And yes, I'm saying within us because it's in all of us, somewhere deep down in the collective. So yeah, let's see. This other person, Five of Swords in the reverse. Well, okay. You might be, it seems like somebody has a conflicting situation going on within themselves that doesn't even have to do so much with you for some reason, because you're really meeting it with a lot of love and commitment and clarity. Somebody could be really self-destructive or self-sabotaging with their own thoughts against themselves. It seems like it's not so much directed towards you, but let's see if that keeps up. Two of Pentacles. I mean, yeah, of course. If somebody is just like, I would think the same thing, you know, if somebody is really giving me that energy that might be even be directed against me, I would not probably work a step further into it. It's like this kind of like reaction action kind of thing where you don't know, well, of course, if you're acting like that, I'm not going to step more into it. And this other person is like, well, if you're not going to step more into it, I'm not going to act like I'm not going to react differently. So it's like, you don't know you cannot blame anybody here. It's not, the blame shifting game will not really solve the situation. It's a little bit of a stuck situation here, it seems like. And for you, I think it's just much more important to find that clarity in the situation, and the patience and the hope and the faith, and the understanding also where this is going. But yeah, it seems like a person is just either really working against themselves by communicating in a way that is maybe even a little bit brutal or uncomfortable or extreme, or they might really be accusing you of things and trying to get a reaction out of you or something. Oh, interesting. We have 4 of Wands though. And Ace of Cups, 9 of Wands in the reverse, Magician in the reverse. Well, yeah, there is this notion of the devil coming through with all these wands in the reverse. This is part of, it seems like this is part of the journey with a person or with people surrounding you, that this is part of stepping into something stable. It seems like this is trying to step out of something that is stuck into something more stable and something more light and something more relaxed or more fun also. Like maybe really also finding that realization here with the devil and the commitment card, the Hierophant card. Like this hasn't been working, or this hasn't been getting us anywhere. How about we try something new that is built on much more ease and fun and love and excitement and good times? And how about we try to keep in check those, I want to call it toxic elements, dynamics that pull us into these never-ending stuck situations where there is no way out of other than disconnect. How do we move forward and connect again? How do we leave old things that don't work, like this never-ending conflict in somebody's head that is just like taking a toll on you as well, or somebody being stuck in their own weird mental conflict that is just like reflecting strongly on how you are not willing to put in the work because somebody is just like not receptive or something, you know. And how can we get out of that power play or that mechanism of control? And it seems like it's a step that you're taking together towards something. You're taking a step together. And it's not somebody making the first step. It's making a step together into something. And that's, I'm getting goosebumps, because for me, this is right as we speak, while I'm reading this, I'm having a revelation, you know. It's do you want to move towards each other? Do you want to, this is much more like the Four of Wands. It's giving me like, we're not moving away or towards each other. We are facing the same direction, hand in hand, taking a step together in the same direction as a union. And not so much like, it's when I imagine a tango dance and you have the partner dance, you know, and then people are going back and forth, and it's like this beautiful symbol of a relationship in reality. And then with the tango, sometimes they just look at one direction both, and they go sideways into the same direction, but they have the same goal. And even the hand points, you know, straight like this, and they hold their hands, and then they go together this direction sideways. And maybe it's stepping sideways in ways that you don't know yet how to step forward with, but you're taking steps together. And it's held together. This bundle of wood is held together under like the fire of passion in reality. There's a lot of passion. So I get tango vibes. Beautiful. This is, yeah, it really requires both parties to want to step into the same direction without trying to resolve a situation where there's no resolution, you know, really leaving something behind for good. Like, we're gonna step into this direction now, and we're leaving a dynamic that's not working. We're stepping out of the dynamic again and again and again into something that's much more fun. And the devil will often come back and remind us like, oh no, this is not where we want to go. This is not helpful. This is maybe helpful for a little bit, for a second, for a split second, but we need to easen it up. This devil energy, we need to easen it up. We need to soften it up. And that's this card. All right, very interesting. So yeah, let's look at let's look at an oracle card. To be fair, I like it because we have a little bit of a air energy, swords type of energy with this card. So it's a Libra, obviously a Libra symbol here, the scales. And it's about, yeah, it's about finding the fairness, and maybe also just putting, just not trying to hold on to this notion of, well, but you did this and I did that, and that's like, we're not trying to weigh on the what does it matter how much of a thing one person did and how much of a thing the other person did, when in conclusion you both want to step into a new direction together, and you agree on that direction. So what does it matter to bring this type of blame into the new situation? It does not make a difference. It does not, there is no point. The point is the now. And the now says, we're supposed to move into this new direction. Let's move together. We both see the same direction. We both see the same thing. We both feel like this is the way to go. Let's just go, you know, let's go. And let's drop whatever this is. It's going to be a little bit of work, of course, but we're not talking about that right now. We're just committing to that we believe that this is the right thing to do. Okay, that's the reading. That's it. I love this. This is beautiful, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here. Please, please, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting. As you know, there is so many tarot readers on YouTube, and I've been doing this for a long ass time. I'm here, I think, since 2017, on and off, sometimes more, sometimes less. That's why my channel is also kind of stuck in this, you know, non-growth. Also because I do other things next to it, and I want to just, you know, accelerate the growth a little bit, because yeah, I've been committed to this for such a long time, and I see channels blowing up where I'm like, how do they do it? You know, in like half a year, all of a sudden they're huge, and I know how they do it. They cater to the audience, certain things that are easy to digest and to consume. I'm not that type of reader. I give you the real deal, and I try to really go deeper. So if that's something that you are interested in and that you want to see, please help the algorithm also to understand that this is what people want to see. Maybe people want to go deeper at a time like that. They don't want to have the superficial stuff. So yeah, would be great if you could subscribe, like, comment, maybe even share if that's something you want to do, and check out my description box for all the information you need. And I hope you come back next time. Until then, have a great time, and I'll see you soon. Bye.